Hola! I have to do my little thing. Hey, Philippa Thompson from Marrakech, coming to you to chat about the Dreaming Morocco retreat. And I would love to hear questions. I'm going to, do my little spiel about my adventures at the Hammam Spa yesterday, which there are photos I posted on the discussion page. You just scroll down and you can see a video of me talking about the Hammam and how beautiful it is, and how unique it is to Morocco. It's sort of a spiritual ritual. I want to invite folks and talk a little bit more about the retreat. But before I do, I would love to know if you have questions. Have you taken a look at the retreat itself? Are there things that you're concerned about? I'm looking on my phone and I can see myself. Okay, so I'm going to invite some folks to come and join us. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right, y'all. So yesterday was quite an adventure in Wonderland. I love the hammam. And what the hammam is, you've heard of Turkish baths. They actually have Turkish baths in Turkey and other places in the world, in Greece. It's a little bit different here, though. It is a stone room with benches, like a sauna. And you walk in, and in the middle of it is like a fountain. And out of that fountain, hot water comes out of it. And then it's a steamy room all over. And the process is that someone comes and bathes you with argan soap, with black soap, which is made from the sea. It's different from the black soap you buy on the street. It's not like that. It's a liquid. As a matter of fact, I think I will show it to you because I bought a set yesterday. So I brought this back with me when I came here last year. And then again, when I went to my favorite spa yesterday, I bought it. And then on the retreat, we're going to be going all over the country. So in different parts of the country, it's made in bars that are like soft, like the texture of butter, and they're tiny and they're scented. So they will be scented lavender, they'll be scented patchouli, they'll be scented vanilla and musk, they'll be scented in amber. And this is the jar. If you open it, this one is eucalyptus and patchouli. It's extraordinary. It's just like you're putting a balm on your body. And it's really light. It's not really black. It comes off clear in your skin. It's soft. It feels almost like coconut oil, only it's not greasy. It's made from the husk of the argan oil. So seed, just a hard seed, grows in a tree. And they take the husk and they mash it and beat it and they create soap out of it. Then the soft part of it, they create argan oil. So it's not like the black soap you buy on the street. I don't know what that's made of. It's made of different things because argan is only made here, right? Note to self, argan oil for cooking, which you can also buy. I'm not going to get another jar. I'll show you that tomorrow. Argan oil for cooking is extraordinary. It's so good. I got some in the store for like $2, big jar of it. It's so good. It's so light. It's so delicate. It has a slightly nutty taste. It's really healthy for you, and it's light, and it makes frying things. Like I made little protein patties out of cornmeal and protein powder, and I fry them. It's extraordinary with fresh butter from the market, and I buy fresh food every day and prepare it because I've learned is the way to do here. That's what people do. And fresh, bread, fresh Moroccan bread, fresh French bread. Lots of French-inspired things because the French, of course, conquered them for a minute till they threw them out on their booties. So there's lots of French food, lots of bread, lots of cheese, like, you go in the bodega and they got goat cheese. I was like, wait, we're in the bodega, why they got goat cheese in the bodega? I was like, because that's what people eat. and fresh butter, which is its own magnificent thing. And yogurt is everywhere. And they don't just eat yogurt for breakfast, you eat yogurt throughout the day, like pudding, like dessert. And there's plain yogurt, there's Greek yogurt, there's Dannon yogurt, there's Moroccan yogurt, there's a lot of yogurt. I eat it for breakfast, but generally not all Moroccans do. On the tour, we'll be eating, every breakfast is like the photo I told you. They start with lots of bread, both warm out of the oven, traditional Moroccan pancakes, which is sort of like a heavy tortilla. It's really buttery, it's really delicious. And then they slather apricot preserves or strawberry preserves or honey and butter on it. It's magnificent, and it's a flat little thin pancake, and you will get addicted to it. Boiled eggs and several different kinds of cheese, yogurt, and a lot of places will have omelets, a Berber omelet, which is basically like a baked frittata, but it's made in a tagine, which are their clay pots that are covered, and they'll put like peppers and fresh tomato in it, and they kind of stew it in an oven. It's extraordinary. The Berber omelet was like, it's extraordinary. Like, I never ate it for breakfast. So for breakfast, I just had cheese and bread and lots of tea and coffee and a cup of yogurt. But the omelet for lunch and dinner, like the omelet is extraordinary, and with the Moroccan spices. So I had breakfast yesterday. I made my own version of Moroccan pancake and some goat cheese that I bought. I was thinking about the vegetarians. So actually, breakfast is pretty vegetarian. And then everything, all the salads are vegetarian. And every meal begins with salad. So Moroccans have these tiny little bowls. If you've ever been to like out for Korean barbecue and it opens with all these tiny little bowls of things to eat, Moroccan salad, traditionally open for the restaurant, is exactly like this, tiny little bowls. So this will be stewed eggplant. This will be stewed tomatoes and peppers. This will be olives. Olives comes with everything. There'll be a little tiny bowl of yellow rice, spicy saffron rice. There'll be these spicy lentils in a sauce, which you're supposed to eat with bread. So there's a whole thing that comes in. Moroccan salad is not like just a tossed salad. It's tiny little bowls of vegetables and spiced beans, and it's all vegetarian. In Fez, I ate like that all the time. In the restaurant at Fez is extraordinary. That and pastilla. So it was, that's how I started my day. And I like to buy things generally the night before to make for my day the day after. So when I'm going to the store that day, I'm going for the tomorrow. So I do a little backwards because I like breakfast to be like my sort of morning ritual, that I kind of slowly eat my bread and my cheese and my pot of coffee and tea really slowly. I like the day to begin peacefully and then start working. And then I come and see you guys, which this is 12 o'clock your time. For me, it's 5 o'clock. So, and so I do my coaching. All my coaching clients are right before you guys. And then at 5, I have this. And then I write early in the day and balance my books and do strategic stuff with my online stuff, prepare my blogs for you and download these videos, et cetera, et cetera. So I do my job then. And then my day will end at like 6. But it starts slowly. I ease into it. And then the lady that cleans my apartment also is feeding me. And she's like, why are you working? We take lunch here. Live in the moment. So she will come and get me if she doesn't see me going downstairs to take lunch or working through dinner. She's like, So yesterday I gave myself a day off because I've been working like a crazy person since I got here. Besides my coaching and preparing this, I have also been adapting to living here, right? So going to the market and getting all the things I need for my apartment. Because I love my host. He's great. He's a great French guy, but he's a single French guy. So the apartment looks like the apartment of a single guy. So things like matching hand towels, like a whisk. So I've been living, and that's been taking up a lot of time. And I realized I got to 2 weeks here, and it's 2 weeks today. Oh my God, yay me. And I was not relaxing because if I wasn't working, I was exploring the town in search of putting my house together. You know, those of you who know me, I take putting my house together very seriously because I like sanctuary. And I realized in many ways that Morocco is sanctuary for me. Um, so to leave behind the way I move in America is part of being here. I'm struggling with a really important decision now whether I should continue working on my French or just choose Arabic. And French is the language of the oppressor. So a huge part of me feels like I should learn Arabic. Moroccans speak Darija, which is their version of Arabic. So it sounds very different from what you speak in Saudi Arabia, and it's only spoken here. So I'm wrestling with, should I use a language that I can only, should I learn a language that I can only use here, or should I learn French, where I can use that in lots of countries? I can use that in Europe, all over Europe, Switzerland, Germany, everybody speaks French. And then I can use it all over Africa, because there are Africans here from all over, from Cameroon, from Burkina Faso, from Senegal, from there's tons of Africans here, and everybody the common language is French. So I'm wrestling with that, you know, really wanting to be authentic and be of the people, and which one, because I know I should be trying to learn both of them at the same time. I'll just make a hot mess of things. Thank God lots of people speak Spanish. And what I found, and you find this on the tour, is that in traveling to the smaller towns, tons of people speak Spanish because there's so many people from Spain who weren't Catholics, who were Moors, ran from Spain to Morocco. It's also like a half-hour plane ride, you know, like or hour on a boat. Like it's really, Spain is really close. So there's lots of people, not so much in the cities as much as in the countryside. Lots of people just spoke to me in Spanish, which I found really interesting. And here in the city, people speak their own language and nobody gets weirded out by it. Like in America, you get mad if somebody speaks their own language. If a German person gets in the cab and they speak in German, and then the cab driver is going to answer him in Arabic or French, because that's what he speaks. And it's on you to make him understand what you need. And he's good with that, right? Like there's no, like I'm from Miami where everybody wants the Cubans to learn English. And the Cubans refuse to learn English. And I was like, people here are like, this is what I speak. Can we make this work? I'm not going to not talk to you because you can't speak my language. Can we make an attempt to communicate? Which I find very interesting. So yesterday I went to the hammam spa. You can look at the video. And hammam is beautiful. You know, it's brown women doing a laying on of hands and coming to you and saying, stop doing what you're doing. Stop worrying. What do you want to drink? And I'm like, and they're like, no, that's the only decision you have to make. You know, and there's running water and fountains. And my spa was in a traditional riad, which is a Moroccan house. It's 3 floors, the rooftop where you eat and dine, the kitchen down at the bottom. On the ground floor, there's 2 pools, and you can see these in the pictures as you walk in. And across the pools, there's a little bridge that takes you into one of the tea rooms to wait, and you pick out your scents that you're going to use for the day. Lavender, verbena, mandarin orange, rose, or patchouli. The rose is kind of smoky and ambery, which is really nice. And so you pick out your scent while they're giving you water that's been with mint and orange in it to, you know, to hydrate you before you go into the baths, which is what the hammam is. And then after you've picked your scent and you've finished your water, and they ask you while you're looking at the menu of what you'd like to do today, they ask you for, you know, what other drink do you want? And I was like, I want orange juice. And let me tell you something about orange juice in Morocco. Orange juice, if you go anywhere, is fresh squeezed. I was in the grocery store last night looking for orange juice in a container. And people are like, I was like, I want orange juice. And people kept pointing me to the oranges. I was like, just like I said, and I went to the refrigerated section. It was just Orangina and, you know, Coke, seltzer, whatever. I was like, y'all don't have orange juice in the cup. They're like, orange juice is fresh. And I was like, oh, all juice is fresh. There's juice carts, not just because there's like juices in. There's juice carts. There's pomegranate juice, there's orange juice, there's strawberry juice, there's lemon juice. Juice, not sweetened. You can sweeten it if you want to, but fresh squeezed juice is everywhere. That's why I couldn't find it in the store in a carton. There were only like orange drinks in the carton, which are basically junk. There was orange juice, is you get it fresh. You go to your market and you get your oranges and you squeeze it. I was like, who got time for all that? I was like, oh, I do, because I live in Marrakech. So that was kind of magical. So if you ask for orange juice anywhere, you're getting fresh squeezed orange juice, the seeds down at the bottom. And it's actually extraordinary. So I discovered my new drink in the hammam yesterday is fresh squeezed orange juice and water with gas. Right? And you pour them together, you put a lime in it, and it's fabulous. And so then they take me after I've left the room where I've had my water, and it's called the Salon of the Queens. Then you go into the spa, they take your robe, and you go into this steamy room. The woman lays you out on this rubberized mat so you don't slip all over the place. And she then cleans you. And before you go in, they disinfect your body with an oil. I forget the name of the oil. And they rub it on your hands and your feet and all over your body. And it's a disinfectant. And then you get in there and then they rinse you down. And then you lay down and they begin applying the gorgeous soap. And the room is steamy with a fountain in the middle, water coming out of it. How amazing. And then they start putting the black soap on you with a scrubbing brush. So this is the scrubbing brush. And you put it on and you rub. And they do it like an exfoliation. So by the end, you have a bowl full of all your dirty, dead skin cells. And I was like, oh my God, that came off. And it doesn't feel like, it feels like you're just getting a gentle massage, but there's really a technique to exfoliating the skin. And black soap has natural disinfectants. So it just, like, my feet was like a little scary. When I walked in there, they buffed them babies down just with the soap and the brush. And they rinse you down. Then they put your oil on you. What oil did you choose? Whatever your scent was. You can also have a clay mask because clay is huge here. They wash your hair with the argan soap and with the mud. You get a facial while you're in there and they cover you in it. And each process in between, you lay down and you let the soap soak on your body. And then they go out and they leave you and they relax for a few minutes. And they come back with these copper basins and they pour water all over you while you're laying down. And you flip over and you pour it all over you on the other side. And then you turn your back to her and then she does your back. And then she pours water all over, right? So each phase, the soap, the clay, the oil, and then another wash. Then they take you to another room, which are stand-up showers, where you rinse down to cool your body down, and they pour more cool water over you and more cool water over you. It's actually amazing. It's amazing. And then they bring a towel for you and they take you into a room to change. And whatever service you're going to have next, they prepare you for them. They give you water in there. I went and sat in Oriental baths. The Oriental bath, the salt bath. Okay, just stop for a minute. I did the lovers package. I didn't have a lover with me because my lover's in another country. He was like, I'm coming to New York. I think I'm falling in love with you. I was like, I'm happy that that's happening, but I'm moving to Marrakech for me. So if you want to see me, you got to bring your ass to Marrakech. She said, you're really moving? I was like, why didn't nobody believe I was moving? This is something I did for me. I did it for me. So I went in there by myself. And so there's two, you can do it with a friend. There's two tubs side by side, and then they come in and they're filled with a kind of salt, a scented salt, and then covered in peppermint, mint leaves, because the mint tea is the thing about Morocco, covered in mint leaves. Now, I never knew how amazing mint leaves could be in a bath, but let me explain something to you. That's some goddess shit on epic levels, okay? The mint was so relaxing. And then she put a little verbena in the oil in the water because that was my scent, along with the salt. And the room is steamy and beautiful, and it's all dimly lit with black tile. And you're sitting in a white tub, and there's tiny little halogen lights all around you. It's gorgeous. And there's classical Moroccan music and flutes and drums playing softly. And then you sit in the tub for like 30 minutes. And then they cool you down with cool water, and then you come out. And then I had a massage. And the massage is about relaxation. It's about releasing. It's actually not about punching and pushing and da-da-da. It's about releasing and releasing and releasing. It's about the hammam experience. You know, you're settling down for the night. Usually people go to hammam right after work at 6. Dads go with their sons. Daughters go with their moms and their sisters. And you go to the male one and the female one, and people scrub each other. I plan on doing the public hammam. This was a private spa. But still, I got all of those services. I was there for like 3.5 hours. And then I went shopping and I bought this because I've tried 5 different black soaps from all over the country. The ones I like the best were the Bar in Rabat. So when you go on the tour, you got the Rabat is like the third city we visit. We're there for the day and we see a castle and we go through a little ancient marketplace where everybody in that town, everything that's in there, they made by hand. So you buy a caftan, there's somebody in the back selling it. And I didn't buy here because everybody was like, well, we're going to go to all these big cities like Marrakech and Fez, and there'll be more things. There'll be more in those big cities, but in that small town where everything was handmade, some of the same things that I was going to buy, like things that are national, caftans, argan soap, rugs. A lot of those things were cheaper in the smaller towns in the big cities. So if I had it to do over again, which I will this coming November, I would have purchased things that are unique to Morocco in some smaller towns where they weren't quite as expensive and that I was actually buying them from the person who made them. So the black soap that I bought from this woman, it was so soft. Like you could roll it into a ball. You could use it for your face. It's fantastic on your face, actually. But that's because it don't have enough chemicals. Now I tried to use that black soap from Black Heritage or whatever, that black soap in New York City. It dried me out and made my face burn. No, it has a lot of chemicals in it, right? This is like Carol's daughter. Somebody cooked this up in her kitchen with some oil that she harvested and some butter or some ghee that she made. Like it's pure. The hammam is all based in argan. All the stuff is all natural. Somebody made it there. It ain't been sitting up there. They don't do bulk in factory. It's made by hand. And it smells like it's made by hand. If you go into any of the herbivores, which are herbal stores, they're everywhere. It's all handmade oils, scents, right? You get Moroccan perfume, which is a little square of the most intense amber and vanilla or whatever scent you want that there is. It's extraordinary. It's made here by hand by something that they make, right? They dig out of the ground, they grow it. So it's really, you're supporting the economy when you buy things that are made only in Morocco. Because when those things get shipped out by Westerners make thousands of dollars and Moroccans make nothing. So as much as possible, when you're in the marketplace here, there are so many beautiful things that are made here. If you can buy it directly from the artist, buy it. The prices are all over the place because there's a really neat thing here. Things cost what the artist felt like they put their time into it. So they're going to give you a number that reflects how much care and thought they put into this piece. So it's unique. I'm wearing my Moroccan cross. So, you know, I could buy soap from somebody in one city for like $10 for a jar. And then I could go to the next city and they'll have 3 small jars and they want to charge me $10 each. Well, that's how much the guy in the small town where they make everything out of rose petals. We're going to visit a town where everything is made out of rose petals. And they've been making everything in that town out of rose petals since the 12th century. I was like, oh my God, the entire town smells like roses. I was like, you go in there, you got toothpaste tastes like roses. You go in there, you got oil. The oil's like rose infused, like rose petals. I was like, We went into a store with everything that you can imagine, deodorant, toothpaste, oil, everything was made from rose petals. That's what they grow in that town. And I was like, whoa, this is an amazing town. Like you could smell the roses as we approached the town. It's crazy. So the hammam was amazing. So I got the hammam ritual itself, which is the scrubbing down with the argan oil. I got the Rasul clay, which is only made in Morocco. Not that shit on Amazon. Envelopment, and then the rinse, and then the hot bath with the mint leaves. I wish they'd let me take a picture, but they're like, no, because your phone might break because it's so steamy in the hammam. So, and then I came out and I had an hour massage. And then I bought the kit with a bar soap, jar of soap. What is it, 16 ounces? And then the brush. Ready? It's $90. Yeah. That includes my tip. Yeah. I was like 3.5 hours in the spa. I was like, and people took care of you. And afterwards, you'll see in my pictures, they made me a pot of traditional mint tea and homemade shortbread cookies. I'm gonna talk about the shortbread cookies in a minute. Like Justine Hall got me really addicted to these Rite Aid shortbread cookies, and they were cute. But the shortbread cookies here, where somebody makes a little tiny cookie out of shortbread, and then they put dark chocolate that they melted, and they spread it with like a spatula, and you can tell it's homemade. Somebody spread the dark chocolate across it, and then put in a shortbread cookie, and then like some almonds that have been rubbed in a little honey. It's what? I was like, the tea and cookies. I was like, okay, from the fresh orange juice to this whole proper tea is a thing here. Tea is a thing here. It's served in a beautiful silver pot. Tea is a thing here. Since the 12th century. So that was my adventure yesterday. You guys got to meet Rachid yesterday, and you saw how much fun he is, and he's a wacky sense of humor, and how crazy organized and methodical he is. You will be in good hands, not just my crazy hands, good hands, which is why I wanted you guys to meet him. He's really smart. He knows everything about the history. He's progressive and young and tons of energy and plans everything within an inch of your life. I mean, by day 2, he and our driver knew who every piece of luggage belonged to. And when somebody forgot something, he was like, you're forgetting. And I don't want to come back here at midnight to get your hair dryer. Like he remembered everything. He remembers details like that. It's crazy. And what I really love about Rachid is that he anticipates problems. He's like, if there is a problem, do not hold on to it. Tell me. If you did not like the way the toilet flushed here, you need to tell me now. He gets ahead of it. So I thought that was great, and you guys needed to meet him. And then check out that video because it's amazing. He takes you back in time to the 12th century, day by day on the retreat. So it's here at the top of the page in the group. You should totally watch it. He tells us everything we're going to see city by city, logistically, how we get from one place to the next, what we're seeing in that next city, how old it is, how long it's been there, how long it's been occupied, how long we'll stay there, then the next day. So he's very organized that way. I basically said, I want something that looks kind of like what I did, but less time here, less time there. And he goes, okay, yalla, quiet. And he did a whole itinerary and shot it back to me. What are you thinking? And I was like, wow, this is totally organized. I was like, okay. I was like, but we need more beach time here and there may be more downtime. And he just structured it thinking hotels based on the group. And I was like, this group is accustomed to a hotel like this. Now, we stayed in a place that was like that. I would like something a little bit more authentic, but with better this. And so he has designed this tour with the people who are coming in mind, which is great. It's all like crazy, wacky Black women like me, or hippie white women who are just like on a journey of discovery. And so it's cool. It's tailored to us. And in the cities, we have lots of options for food. In the villages, you're going to be eating a lot of fresh vegetables, a lot of homemade bread. Just get ready for it. And yogurt and cheese. There it is. And lots of roasted vegetables. Like the base of every tagine is roasted vegetables. So, and the spices. And so we ease you into the spices because this country is known for spices. Like my favorite meal is tagine poulet au citron, which is chicken tagine, and it's seasoned with cured lemons and olives. It's the first meal I had here. It is an intense flavor because they're lemons that have been soaking in a brine for months and months and months and months. And that's the base. That's the citron. It's really strong. And with the olives, it's two flavors that shouldn't work together. It's powerful. It's not going to taste like anything you've ever tasted. And I feel like the itinerary really eases you into that because not everybody's ready for all those flavors to burst in your mouth. And it ain't like Jamaican food. It ain't spicy. It ain't like Chinese food. It's just a whole different set of sweet and sour and brine, and just it's just explosion in your mouth. It's African culture. It's Berber culture. It's Spanish culture. It's Arab culture all mixed into one. And Sudanese food. So every country that's come through here sort of infused the menu. So the spices are from all over the world. And it won't taste like anything I've had anyplace else. So if you've never had it, which is great about the itineraries, we start in Casablanca and we start in a diner where, it's mellow. It's sort of made for tourists. It gives you a little hint of what the cuisine is like. And then as we get from city to city, the cuisine gets more intense and more authentic. So you get eased into it. Now, there's always the option, like I did. I was like, just take me right to the cured lemon. I was like, okay, I want it, right? Bring it, right? So, but if you want something more mellow, you want to start with soup and the bread and the broth, because we're starting in the city and moving our way through, you can have a more mellow. Do I want a baked potato and French fries here, and then maybe a slice of pizza? And there's pasta everywhere because there's Italian food here. So, yeah. So, but if you want to go straight authentic, there's always that option on the menu. And the places that he's chosen for us to eat are very intentional that way. We got to get used to Moroccan food, right? There's lots of sweet, right? Lots of juices that are sweet. There are lots of dishes that have like a real savory spiciness within a sweet piece of fruit in it. And you may not be ready for that. So you have to go back mellow and maybe just get some couscous with some, roasted eggplant on the side, right? So I like the way the menu sort of developed. And I really like Moroccan food. So if you like stews, this is your country because everything is stewed, roasted, baked, stewed, roasted, baked. I didn't see fried food till I got to see some fast food in the big cities. And even then, fast food was a piece of roasted chicken breast and some hand-cut French fries. That was fast food. I think I've seen one McDonald's and a Pizza Hut. It's just very strange. But it's not even like American food. I was like, pizza here is Moroccan pizza. It's like a piece of Berber bread with some Berber seasonings and chicken. Like, it's not pizza like you know it. It is Moroccan food dominates. I have no idea what that Big Mac is. All I know is the McDonald's is written in Arabic. So you do the math of what that's. You're probably going to be eating a pastilla. Do I have any questions about the retreat? Okay. Well, I'm going to be wrapping up. I just want to talk a little bit about hammam. We will be doing the hammam spa. And, I will be doing it every place we stop where it's possible. That's on you. I know that the public hammams, which she was like, I don't know if you want to go to public hammam. It's like hot steam room, all women, black soap, sign me up. It's like a nickel. Or you can do private spa. It's up to you. And everybody wears a little bikini bottom in there. And then Aisha won't be joining us, so she's got to find a place to stay, but she keeps jumping on me over here. Hi, Mercedes. So, hi, June. Antoinette, I just got off the phone with you. You just can't get enough of my crazy butt, huh? Are there any questions? Okay, now I've talked about my things. Food and spa. The things that I love the most: food and spa and baby brown Jesuses. I don't think I've talked about baby brown Jesuses. Okay, so Jesus had woolly hair and brown skin. Okay. And he had a hoe named Magdalene, Mary Magdalene, who was following him, who had been a prostitute. But she found Jesus. Now, Jesus was a hippie. Not like, this long-haired white guy that we see in church windows and he's all upstanding. That's not who he was. He was a brown man hanging out with the poor people and the underclasses. So you're not going to tell me Jesus wasn't a hippie. Just like you're not going to tell me that all these little brown boys with woolly hair walking around here in blue robes from the Sahara who look just like Jesus are not his descendants. And they all cook and serve. I was like, I've not met a Moroccan man yet who does not cook. They cook. And in all the restaurants, they serve us. Now, the women bake bread. This is what I've learned in the back. And at home, they make tagine. But in the public sector, men serve food. So all of our wait staff, all of our concierges will be men. Cooking and serving. And when we're in the desert, it's all men in turbans. Looking like Jesus. Making you mint tea. Playing drums. And then making you chicken tagine. Sliding plates to you and then taking your plate back away. And asking, are you happy? And I'm like, you look like Jesus in a blue robe. Why the fuck would I not be happy? And you putting chicken in my mouth? And now you're going to give me dessert? Shut up. Okay, I'm just saying. What is not to love about this country? And they are fucking beautiful. I was like, and all I wanted is to make you happy. That's it. Happy. Not worrying. Happy. I was like, men cooking? I don't know about anybody else. Men in tool belts fixing shit and men cooking for me? That's all I need. I'm good. I have been reborn. So, no more questions? No more logistical questions? Okay, so this retreat is on sale for another 11 days. That's it. So y'all can keep emailing me and asking me questions and him and hollering if you want to. It's actually about to be truly real. You got 11 days. Now, the thing I did want to talk to you about is I blogged about this. And you'll see the post later tonight. 10 ways to prepare for Morocco without losing your goddamn mind. Now, that is the name of the blog post. And the first, number one, the first way, decide to put yourself first. This is something that we will be working on the entire retreat. Decide to put yourself first. The only reason you're considering this adventure for 17 days or even 9 days is because it's so far outside of your experience. And you realize that's what I need to shake it up. I actually need to get a little bit of perspective about my own life by entering some places completely foreign. In Brett's live broadcast the day before yesterday, Brett Felder was on, and you can see her. Just scroll down to her video. She was the first person to sign up for the retreat, and she didn't ask any questions. She was like, "How many days? 17. Morocco. We're at 17. We drive across the country in a bus. Okay, sign me up. Here's my $500 deposit." She didn't even think about it. And in her video, it really made me teary. It was so beautiful. She was like, I know Brett because we went to college together. So I knew some of her story, which I was never going to discuss. She discussed it in the video, and I was like, whoa. Brett said, in addition to give us amazing packing suggestions about what she bought, where to buy it, how to prepare for the logistics of the trip, she shared that this is the longest trip that she's ever gone on. She's never been to Morocco. It's a complete adventure. She knows nothing about the country. She bought Lonely Planet Morocco and just committed. And she's like, buying the ticket makes you commit to doing something for yourself that you're dreaming about. It makes the dream real. And she said that the other reason she was going on the trip was that traveling changes you. It helps you appreciate what you have. It creates empathy for seeing the way other people live and how well they're doing on so much less. And that there's a lesson in that for us, right? That so much of the murkiness in our lives right about now, as you're approaching mid-age, or if you've just finished all of your education and your career seems to be at the top of its game, when you have arrived, that's the moment in which you realize, have I? Or as I like to say, when you get to that age and you realize that there are more years behind you than there are in front of you, you start to think life has to mean something and it needs to be not hard. And I need to start dreaming out loud about what the next stage of my life is going to be about. Is this everything I've wanted? Have I done all that I wanted to do? And it usually happens when you're your most successful. Either you're most successful or you're at your worst. That's when the crisis begins. And it's because there is something missing. Are you in alignment with the dream that you set out for your life to be? Or is the dream that you set out for your life to be actually enough? Is it something that you actually wanted? Is it a part of your core value system? And the only way to assess that is to actually get close to what your heart's desire is, to what you love, not what you've been told you're supposed to have. A husband, 3 kids, house in the country, a Mercedes. Especially if you got that and you're not happy. Right? Lots of shoulds. Lots of shoulds involved there. And my dreaming out loud technique that I will be teaching throughout the 17 days, but then intensely during the 2-day retreat in Essaouira on the 12th and the 13th of November is all about sussing out. Okay, you've been relocated to some place that's completely different from where you are, where you're from. There's no expectations of you here. And there's a kind of peace here without those expectations. How do you find that at home? How do you dispense with what you think you're supposed to be doing to get close to your heart's desire? And over the next few days, I will be sharing my Dreaming Out Loud technique in a series of mini courses, 60-second courses of stuff for you to try each day. And it's for my TED Talk, and I'll walk you through it so that you have a sense of what the exercises each day are going to be like. For example, in Chef Shawan, I may send you on a treasure hunt to find something that you've never seen before. That could be a leather purse with these kinds of studs from the 12th century on it. That could be a child playing in water. It could be all kinds of things that I'm going to send you on a treasure hunt for, right? Just to bring you back to the present. And then throughout the retreat, we'll be journaling about the experiences, both in video and our handwritten journals. And the goal is to actually take you back in time to the 12th century when life was simpler and people only had the expectation they would live until they were 40 or 50. So what did life look like then? And what do we have to learn from that worldview? A lot. You have to be really present in your life, something that's very easy to forget in the United States. So, in Western culture in general. So, that 70 days will be time to explore that. And what I loved about Brett's video, which you should definitely watch, is the other thing that she said is that she is a 2-time cancer survivor, which I knew. I didn't know she made that public. In her 30s, twice, not once, twice. She went through the process. And she lives with that because it never goes away. And it creates a kind of presence about you when you have to live through that. And basically what she said was, I have no time to waste. And that living that way makes you braver, and it makes life moment to moment more valuable. So while there's there's anxiety and fear around it could come back. There's also a real desire and commitment to live in the moment. And it brought me to tears. I just thought it was incredibly brave for her to share that. Um, and that's what made her decide to say, fuck it, I'm taking the retreat. So, in the 10 steps that I'm going to go through real fast, and you're going to get this later on today, it's great. First, either buy the retreat or buy the airline ticket. Don't think about it. And a friend of mine told me this before. I went to Greece by myself 10 years ago. I'd never traveled anywhere by myself. She's like, just buy the ticket. I said, but I'm doing this. She's like, buy the ticket. I hadn't planned it. I didn't know where I was going. I hadn't even finished reading The Lonely Planet. She said, buy the ticket. Because if you buy the ticket, then the commitment you've made to yourself is done. You're going to take the trip. You don't have that kind of money to throw away. Buy the ticket. And it was actually kind of magical. Because as long as I was thinking about buying the ticket, tickets were $900, $1,100. And I kept looking. I was like, ah. And then that night she said, just buy the ticket. I didn't have a tour planned. I didn't have Lonely Planet. I knew nothing about the country. I just knew I wanted to go to Greece because I saw an Anthony Bourdain show about Greece and some food in Crete. And I was like, I gotta have it. So the day I went, where she said, just buy the ticket, I clicked on the Travelocity, and the first ticket that popped up, wait for it, was $650 round trip to Greece. Every day I had been looking, the tickets were $1,100, $850, $950. The one day that I came and said, I am going to do this, no matter how scary it is, the ticket was $650 in the high season in the summer. I bought the ticket on the spot. I had no money for the rest of the trip. I had no idea where that was coming from. She said, buy the ticket 3 months from now and go. And that's what I did. I just bought the ticket. And the rest happened as it happened. I spent 15 days in Greece. I went to Athens, Crete, Mykonos, Santorini. I ate 3 meals a day. I went to castles and museums. I did bus rides. I did boat rides. $1,500 is what I spent on the entire trip. Because, see, I had decided that I was going to do this for me. And so I sent this message to the universe. You know what? I feel you. The conflama that I was living in New York City at that time, where I was in an abusive relationship, accepting a whole lot less than I actually deserved, I knew I needed something to change. But I didn't know how to get out of it. Right? And I needed to do something drastic for me that would help me believe that change was possible. So I just bought the ticket. I didn't bother to tell the person I was in this fucked up relationship with that I was doing that. I didn't tell him, and I was living with him. I just bought the ticket. I bought the ticket and planned the trip as I went along. But I bought the ticket. Period. End of conversation. And it was like this magic thing happened in the moment that I did that. I said, I can change my life. I'm capable of that. I don't have to put up with this. I can change my life. I don't know. I don't know if I got enough money later, but the universe was challenging me. You really want change? Prove it. So I bought the ticket. The universe even supplied a ticket I could afford. Right? And then everything happened as clockwork. I picked up Lonely Planet. I was like, oh, that hotel. I emailed them. They were like, sure, $19 a night. Good. You want to stay here? Good. We'll send a car to pick you up. So what? They were like, whatever cruise ship, because you take ships, little ferries to all the islands. Just pick up one of them. Tell us when you're there. We'll pick you up. It was so easy. All I had to do was take the leap. So my strongest advice to you about how to prepare is buy the airline ticket, put on a fucking credit card, ask your mama for an early Christmas present, say I need to do something just for me. Because you wouldn't be here listening to these videos, reading my emails, and going to my blog if you didn't want something different. Right? Right now, you're trying to figure out how to make it possible. You make it possible by sending the message to the universe. I am open to change, and I have no attachment to how that's going to come for me. That's where the bravery comes in. When I took that trip to Greece, I did it with complete bravery. I had no idea where I was staying for the most part. I had like the hotel in Athens and then one hotel and one other island set up. The rest, no fucking clue. None. That was a lot scarier than coming to Morocco with a tour group that's already planned out for you and somebody to take care of you. I had no net. And because I had no net, the universe sent guardian angels. I stayed in people's houses. And it's just basically what you do in Morocco. In Greece, they just stand out on the dock when you arrive in the boat and show you pictures of their houses, and you pick the one and you negotiate the price. Every single place I stayed, people took care of me. I never paid more than $20 a night. And that included my meals, which were home cooked. I mean, it was extraordinary. But I sent the message to the universe. This is what I want. I need a change. And when I came back, I went to the police station and put that motherfucker out in my apartment. And I wasn't even scared for the first time. Not even a little. Because, nigga, I went to Greece. By myself. I went to 3 islands. I slept on the beach one night. Whatever. It changed the fabric of my life. Because I took action in my own behalf. I said to the universe, I'm actually ready to take care of myself. I don't know how yet, but I'm going to make one massive change that says I'm ready to do something. I'm going to prove to you that I'm ready for change. And then the universe did the rest, right? You draw to you the energy that you're sending out, which is, and you get away from trying to solve it, which is very Western. I don't know how it's going to get solved. I don't know how it's going to get solved that I'm going to have my mate and live in a house by the beach. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is, how do I want to feel right now in this moment? I want to feel happy. And whatever is happening right now is not it. What do I need to do? I need to run towards what feels like sunlight, something that sounds exciting to me, that will shake things up, something that will challenge my vulnerability, something that will challenge my belief that I really love myself, right? Because holding on to what you're familiar with is not brave. It's actually really scared. Doing something that's not as familiar, but exciting, and there's no net, that's brave. It's brave. That's where self-love and self-esteem comes from. So I bought the ticket and I figured out the rest later. It all sorts itself. It really, really does. So in the 10 steps, the first one is buy the airline ticket or buy the retreat. Figure it out, one or the other. And the rest will sort itself out. I promise. Not only that, people will help you. I was like, oh, I just bought the ticket. I didn't know where I was going. Somebody's like, here's a link. Look at this, just check with this company. Oh, this guy's had experience in Morocco. Like, people sorted out the rest of it for me once I made the decision. I just got on the group and was like, hey, where should I go? People sorted it out. It happened with Greece. It happened with Morocco. I just had to take the first step. Right? That was it. The first step. That's what happened with Morocco. I loved it. I told people when to come back. People were like, where are you at? And I was like, I don't know where to live. I don't know what to do. People I met here were like, we'll figure it out. You got a ticket? I said, yeah. As soon as I got the ticket, people found a place for me to live. People like, you want to stay with my family? We ain't going to charge you rent. Well, if you do, you can stay over here in this riad. It's like $10 a night. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, it's $8 a night and it's $2 if you want to be fed. I was like, what? Like, I just had to say, I'm here for it. I'm down for it. And I have no attachment to how it's going to happen. It takes the weight off of you, right? Shots were easy. Health insurance got easy. Travel insurance is so much easier than American bullshit. You just go to the website with Cigna, you email them, they give you a quote, and they say, here, we give you 2 weeks of global health insurance for $50. Here's the card, it's emailed to you. Like, everything was so much easier. It was so much easier. It wasn't a 15-mile long application process for health insurance like it is here, where you want to kill yourself at the end. You're like, oh my God, this is so much. It was so easy. Easy, 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 easy. You just have to make the commitment. Okay? So that's the first clue about how to take the Dream Morocco retreat without making yourself crazy. You either buy the ticket or buy the flight and trust that the rest will happen. Buy the ticket or buy the retreat package and the rest will take care of itself. And if you ask Antoinette and the other people who've already signed up, they sure sorted that shit out. Buy the ticket, tell us when you come in, we'll help you figure out the rest. We'll get you the travel agent, we'll get you and so the second piece is that please go into the video sections of this group and look at all the videos so you can see all the amazing things that are happening and how many questions we're answering and sending you the tour guide and all kinds of jazz. Second is if you have questions, you can comment in this video. You can also post in this group now. We've opened that up. The post will be approved. That way we know to answer you. So any question you have about the retreat, anything at all, doesn't matter how stupid, or if you think it's stupid, or you think it's obvious, so where are the camels coming from? Rachid will tell you where the camel's coming from. I don't know, so I won't tell you. But I will tell you what baby brown Jesus is. And I will tell you where to get ice cream, and I will tell you where to get spa. I'm about pleasure. That's my job on the retreat. Pleasure and process and journaling. Rachid is about hardcore logistics. I'm about pleasure. Food, beautiful men, feeling somebody rubbing me with soap and massaging me. Ice cream. And I know what all the liquor stores and the grocery stores are in every place. I'm about pleasure. Rachid is logistics. It's a good balance. So post any question that you want in the group. When you post a question, we get an email that says, hey, somebody posted a question. Can you go in and approve it and respond? And we pop up and we approve it and then we respond instantaneously. The other thing you can do is go to the DreamUnlocked.com and sign up for the mailing list. In the mailing list, every day, like there's about 800 people on the mailing list, but there's another 600 people in this group. A lot of those people are not on the same list, right? So you're getting information that may not be the same, okay? When you sign up, you get all the stuff that the people in the group are getting, plus the extras that people in the mailing list get, right? Reminders, you get details about the hotel and pictures and stuff. It's just an easier way to communicate stuff. So if you're on the mailing list, as well as the group, you will get daily reminders. Oh, did you see this email about vaccinations? Oh, did you see this email about this kind of luggage? Oh, did you see this email? You know, you're just getting pop-ups of useful information daily. And you get a link to this recording that happens every day. Plus you get a link to the blog, which has helpful tips in preparing for Morocco. So if you haven't signed up, go to the DreamUnlocked.com and sign up. If you want to see pictures from the itinerary, you can go to the link here, which is the DreamUnlocked.com again. Click on Morocco Retreat. Check out the itinerary. Check out the trip notes. Again, if you sign up for the list, you get all of that stuff mailed to you in tiny little bits every day, so you're not overwhelmed. If you want to see it all at once, go to the Morocco page on the Dream Unlocked and click on trip notes, and you can see everything at once. All right? And post and ask us questions. We will respond. If you're getting emails from us, all you have to do is respond to the email. We'll respond with an answer. Promise. Love you. Mean it. Classics. Mercedes, when are you coming to join us? Let's go. Let's get. Come on. June, what you doing? What's going on? Join. Come on, y'all. Come on. Let's go. All right, y'all. No more questions on Black History. I'll see you here tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. Bye.